Good morning. It's Saturday, April 19th, 2025, at about 10 a.m. On day 9 since I had my all-in-4 dental implant. Dental imprint, yeah. Since my all-on-4 dental implant, yeah, still learning to talk, procedure. Anyway, so some update. I did try some sushi last night, and while the flavor was delicious and I was able to manage, it was challenging for sure. The biggest challenge was just not having feeling down here, not knowing how much bite force I was putting on food, and of course the bite alignment isn't exactly right, so that's going to be replaced on Tuesday, and hopefully that makes eating that much easier. But it is challenging to learn how to eat again, how to talk a little bit, and some of that again is going to be fixed with replacement of this bottom appliance. Some of the swelling on the top has gone down enough that an ever so slight gap is starting to form between the top appliance and the gum tissue. Not so much a gap, it's just it's not as tight, right? So it's up against the skin, or up against the gum tissue, but it's not as tight. And when swishing, I was able to actually swish fluid through it, which was actually very nice. It feels cleaner to be able to do that. The bottom is still tight as tight can be, and so no fluid is able to go through there yet. But being that I'm starting to get that little bit of gap, or at least that, not, you know, enough space that I should be able to start using the water pick tomorrow. In my paperwork it said to start using the water pick like on day 10, so I tried it yesterday. That was not comfortable, but tomorrow will be day 10, and I will give it a chance again, and I'm gonna have to start using that thing every day, at least twice a day. I intend to use it after every meal. Obviously lunch is going to be a little bit harder, so I'll do it in the morning, I'll do it in the evening, you know, after I eat, so that I've got everything cleaned out. I have gotten into a nice cozy routine of wake up in the morning, have a drink of water, go in the bathroom, clean my teeth a little bit, give a nice swish with a like a mouthwash, a nice gentle non-alcohol mouthwash. That feels great, keeps everything nice and clean. My mouth feels cleaner than it's ever felt before, so that's good. Yeah, eating sucked though. It really did. So today I went and I bought myself some more soups and stuff, but chunky soups, things where I don't have to. I don't think I'm gonna have to blend them up because I have to learn how to chew. But soups that have, like, you know, beef stew and things like that, where everything in it is really soft. Potatoes, carrots, things are, you know, basically I could squish it up with my tongue against the roof of my mouth if I really needed to. So just enough texture to exercise the chewing, and kind of learn where everything is at and get myself used to these things, these prosthetics. I did take some more ibuprofen this morning, and I did take some last night before I went to bed. But that's it, and that's mainly, again, just for swelling, to help you know, reduce some of the inflammation, which is still there. You know, I mean, it's like it's like 9 days post car accident to my face. So yeah, you know, I don't feel bad about taking ibuprofen still. I don't just take it for fun. So there is still some pressure. Like like I said, if you ever get this done, your mileage may vary. A lot of people say, oh, the pain was manageable, and after a few days, I didn't need anything. Some people never take opiates at all, which I find shocking because, yeah, I would have been really, really unhappy if I hadn't had those. While I didn't take a large dose, you know, I spread it out and kind of kept myself on an even, you know, no pain for several days, 6 or 7 days almost, yeah. 6 days, I guess, 5, 6, I don't remember. Anyway, yeah, without the opiates, I would have been very, very miserable, but that's me, you know. I don't get along with pain very well. Some people have a much higher pain tolerance and it doesn't bother them, so whatever, you do you, you know. But as far as, you know, the healing process is concerned, it's working out pretty good. I'm very happy with the way the uppers feel at this point. And that's probably normal too, is my guess, just because your upper teeth obviously never move anyway. So having a solid appliance that doesn't move attached to the top of my mouth that almost feels normal at this point, and that doesn't bother me as far as talking around it or anything like that. It's not bugging my teeth, or sorry, my tongue. I've gotten used to having a nice even feel all the way across the inside of my mouth. That's pretty cool, you know. I can tell they're perfect. The dentist said, you know, a lot of people don't like perfect. And so when we design your teeth, we can make adjustments and changes and things like that so they don't look perfect. And I said, I'm cool with perfect. Why wouldn't I want perfect? You know, I want them to look perfectly natural, but perfect nonetheless. And these, of course, really up close. If you really, really inspect, you can be like, you know, there's no gaps at all because they're a solid piece. They're shaped into teeth. So, you know, if you really, really look, you can tell that they're not natural. But, you know, from a couple feet away, you know, just talking, nobody would ever know. These, I mean, these look natural, and they're just my temporary. So I'm really excited for, you know, a couple months down the road when I go design my zirconia set. I'm quite pleased about that process. I'm also super excited about Tuesday to get this thing replaced and see if I can get some adjustments made that make everything easier talking and eating. You know, I'm getting used to the idea of chewing, but they come together at the front, and that feels funny. And it feels like, not only does it not feel right, but I'm afraid to break the appliance because the arch itself holds all 4 of the implants rigidly in place so that they cannot move, wiggle, you know what I mean? So if you break it at all, and, you know, obviously if it were to break, it would break in between the implants somewhere. And so if you had a piece that was broken and it was able to get any leverage to shift it, you know, back and forth at all, would really, really cause problems for the implant itself, which has not, you know, isn't really going to be fully healed for 4 to 6 months anyway. And so once that's completed and healed, then, you know, we shouldn't have any problems. It doesn't feel at this point like I'm going to have any issues. Everything's healing up very well. Obviously, there's some bone meal and stuff that's packed into the teeth that is going to take a few months to solidify. But, you know, that's probably what the majority of the swelling and inflammation is all about anyway, is that the place where they removed bone and then packed the remaining cavities with bone tissue or bone meal and blood platelets to make it. Anyway, it needs to heal up. I'm still not there, but it's only day 9, and you know, while people on the internet in their sales pitches and stuff make it sound like it's, you know, wham bam and you're done. In the grand scheme of things, kind of, yeah. Not, I mean, it's a process. You're going to go through a couple of shitty weeks. You know, maybe a really shitty week and then like, okay, this is getting better. And, you know, but, you know, I don't expect to feel great for another week or two, to be honest. But I'm getting used to it. Like at this point, I still have no feeling in my chin right here or my lip. And I'm honestly just getting used to that. So, it is what it is. And he said it'll come back, so when it comes back, maybe I'll be surprised. I'll be like, ooh, surprising, I can feel that. But right now, I can't. But, yeah, I bought more protein shakes and soups. And I'm just going to, you know, keep trying to ease foods, like, you know, chewable food into my diet. But honestly, I don't really mind the all liquid diet. It's been absolutely amazing for my digestion. Amazing, right? This might be because of some of the, you know, removal of infected teeth or anything like that, that you just start to get healthier right away. You know, broken teeth and, you know, infected gum line and things like that. That's just kind of feeding into your bloodstream constantly. It makes you sick. It does. So having that gone, I mean, it's like having an abscessed tooth. Or if you ever had an abscessed tooth before, you know that once that's gone, you're better. You feel better instantly. Even if you have a wound, obviously, that needs to heal up, you're better, like instantly. As soon as you remove that horrible thing, you're better. So that's kind of what it feels like. Like the teeth are gone. So in general, it feels like my health is just better. But the all liquid diet is also something that I'm very surprised about. Not only have I lost a bunch of weight, about 10 pounds this morning. I was 241.3 pounds. And the morning of my procedure, I was 252.4 pounds. So I've lost a little more than 10 pounds. And that fluctuates, you know, depending. If I have a nice big glass of water, that weight fluctuates a little bit. But in general, I've lost some weight. My digestion's been amazing. And there's certain foods that I haven't been eating, obviously. So what are those things that I haven't been eating? Bread. At all, no bread. No oatmeal. Oddly enough, you would think oatmeal sounds healthy, but no oatmeal, no bread, no pasta, no tortillas. And, you know, as far as what I have been eating, I like dairy. I am lactose intolerant, so I drink lactose-free milk. And so, you know, my milkshakes and things like that, I'm using lactose-free milk. And that's great. That doesn't, you know, it's not bugging me at all. Potatoes and, you know, meat. So chicken, beef, things like that. Even some ground pork. And when I did eat those things, I ate them. They were all ground up. I ground them up, you know, blended them. I have an immersion blender. So I bought chunky soups and then I blended them into a smoothie. Like literally, so they were silky smooth. And I drank those down. And you do feel full after you eat them. And eating is kind of cool because it's fast. You can eat real quick. You know, you drink 2 cups of soup in a thermal cup. And, yeah, you feel full, basically. And, so now I'm thinking, geez, they told me I shouldn't eat bread for the next couple months anyway. I'm not quite sure why that is, but fine, no bread, that's fine. I think I might not eat bread anymore, which is weird. Pasta, that's going to be hard because I love pasta. Like, I absolutely love pasta. It's a staple. But I think it's not good for my gut health. At least not American pasta. I don't know what it's like in other places. I hear that other countries, some of their regulations and stuff, their breads and their grains don't affect them the same way grains are affecting Americans. So, you know, I should probably look into that. Anyway, I think, I mean, I don't think I have a gluten allergy or anything like that. But certainly I think there's not, something is not quite right with our grains, because human beings have been eating grains for many, 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 many thousands of years, well before civilization. And, you know, even eating wild grains and things like that has been a foundation of our diets for a long time. Meat, grains. Now something's wrong with our grains. Okay, I'm rambling. Anyway, I might cut grains out. No oatmeal, no bread, no tortillas. And if not, no pasta, then, you know, maybe pasta every once in a while, because, man, I love pasta. I love the texture of it. I love the flavor of it. But, yeah, that might have to go. But hey, you know what? I like potatoes. I like meat. I like vegetables. So it's not like I would be missing any type of vitamins or nutrients by cutting out grains, right? What do you need them for? You need fiber? Eat more vegetables. Whatever. Or take some Metamucil. I don't know. Whatever you need to do. But, yeah. So, day 9. Just chugging along. Once I go back to work, because I go back to work on Monday. So 2 days. Once I go back to work, I might not be doing a daily log, because at this point, I can't really see that there's much that'll be happening to report on. But as soon as I get this replaced, you can bet I'll be doing a follow-up on that one to tell you how that goes, because I'm a little concerned about having it removed, which I think is going to be a tremendous relief, because the pressure under there is still pretty incredible. But I think having that removed is going to be such a relief, and I'm putting a new one on that might be shaped a little bit different. That might be like super uncomfortable. I might be happy and unhappy about that at the same time. So we'll see. I'll do an update on that when the time comes. But yeah, sorry for rambling. 17-minute video, pretty long. So I'm going to go ahead and cut it off. You have a great day. If you have any comments or questions, if I see them, I'll try to answer. But have a good one.